This is She Keeps Bees, and you're listening to
the Literati Records Podcast.
Welcome to episode 15 of the Literati Records Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus, and we have an awesome show for you today. My guests are an amazing indie duo from Brooklyn, New York, She Keeps Bees. They really knocked me out the first time I heard them, and I've been scrambling ever since to find a way to get them on the show and share the love with you all. Thanks to the beauty of Skype, I was able to pull it off. We opened the show with Counter Charm, their most recent 7-inch single. Later in the show, we'll hear a couple tracks from their Dig On CD. As always, you can get full track listings at our website, www.literatirecords.com. Also, a quick reminder about our April giveaway, a signed copy of Talia Zedek's most recent release, Via. The winner will be drawn from our email list on May 1st, so if you're not signed up, get on over to www.literatirecords.com and click on the show notices link. This will take you to the sign-up form. Now, on to our feature. Hey, I'd like to welcome our guests to the show today, Jessica Larrabee and Andy LaPlant from the Brooklyn duo She Keeps Bees. How you doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yes. Oh, you're welcome. Now, how did the band form?
Let's see. I was Andy's bartender.
I moved to Brooklyn from New Orleans after I graduated college, and Jess worked at the bar across the street from the apartment complex where I lived. So that's how I that's how I met her.
I kept giving him free beer too. So and there was also free hot dogs on Tuesdays. Well, that wasn't
Craft night
on Monday.
I was in between jobs, so I was doing a lot of recreational drinking.
But I knew that he worked on music, and so, an engineer, that's what he studied, so I really needed someone that kind of helped focus all these little demos that I'd been working on in my bedroom, and so then we, joined forces, and he gave me a lot of confidence about these songs that I've been working on, so, yeah, it was good.
Well, where did the name come from? It's very unique.
Yeah, well, I got it, my last name, because I wanted something that kind of was separate from my given name, and then I like beekeeper, bee lady, I don't know, She Keeps Bees just sort of flowed, and the more that I found out about bees, it was kind of like this really beautiful kismet thing, because they're the lifeblood of Earth, and it's like, that's exactly what music did for me when I finally knew that I could pursue it in a real way.
Beautiful metaphor there.
Thank you.
Now, Jess, you've been quoted as describing your playing as, "I sing until my stomach hurts while Andy beats the shit out of the drums." Does that still hold as true today, or would you say that your style has taken on more subtleties and nuances?
Yeah, I think that the energy is definitely still there, because it comes from a very a raw place that I think that the energy of us together, just being two people, it becomes, we really find each other, and kind of still am able to dance, and speak that language with not much, effects or all of that stuff. It's just the energy of the two of us. But it's been beautiful, because the last single that we put out was featured our friend Gaspar, and he's an amazing cellist, and it really added all this sort of spectral and magic and a lot of haunting sounds to that song that we really wanted to start to embrace. So, yeah.
Now, I also read that you taught Andy to play drums. Is that correct?
Yeah. My father was a drummer, so I was playing drums in high school and stuff, and he was coming to the shows anyway, so I was like, just get behind the drive, just kick, go, keep kicking. And he taught himself, really, and so it was nice to have somebody that really understood the songs and support them in a way that wasn't trying to showboat or use his voice without supporting mine. It's me.
Well, and, finding a drummer that actually makes it to the gig, that's important too. So if he was already there, that's a bonus.
I know, that's right.
Now, vocally, you've been compared to many great singers, including Cat Power, and Sharon Van Etten has said she has one of the best voices I have ever heard, and she has more soul in one finger than most female singers have in our scene. Now, she's always been a strong advocate of the band. How did that relationship come about?
Gosh, it was really, I was just I'm so grateful that it did happen. It was actually through MySpace that it happened. A friend, a mutual friend, both, they told us to check out each other's music, and I did, and it was like immediately started crying. She just releases poison. Her voice was just so beautiful, and the songs were, it was just the simplicity of it. It was like, okay, this is happening. And then we found out she was our neighbor, and so we got to hang out all the time. And then we did a song together it was her song called Cuddle Alone, and that was really magical just to sing with her. And then later on, Andy helped her with the Epic EP and played some drums for her, and I sang some background vocals, and it's always really beautiful to be in her company.
It's great. So it's grown into a really great friendship as well, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Now, your music strikes me in a very powerful way and in my opinion, it probably has an immediate connection for about anyone fortunate enough to hear it. Has the challenge been getting people to hear it without the added promotional support of a U.S. label?
Yeah, for sure. It's hard because, there's so many bands, and sometimes you can get lost in the shuffle. Especially if you're not a part of a certain genre that's really hot right now, or, I don't know, or, trying to play the game where it's more about fashion and, which, it's all valid. But I guess for what makes my, hair stand on end, it's more about this energy. So, it's just beautiful that we get to sell our records to all sorts of countries, and that's thankfully to the internet. And yeah, when we have a small, it's like a boutique label in the UK, but they set us up with a booking agent, and but we're definitely our own tour managers. We're our own sound engineers, and Andy's been doing all the engineering for all the records, and so we're definitely I do all the artwork and most of the promotional stuff. So we're definitely come from the school of DIY, because I grew up in DC, and it was like Fugazi, yeah, you do it yourself, whatever, just do it.
Cut from that tradition for sure. Yeah, you guys just try to keep as much stuff in house as possible, it sounds like.
Yeah, but now it's actually, now that we've done that for a couple of years, we're realizing, that it's good to start sort of stretching and growing that seed. So, we're definitely, now, trying to find people that want to help us and, not maybe take on so much. Because then, it's like we're this two-headed monster only talking to like, does that sound good? Yeah, that sounded great. All right. So we're definitely interested in stretching ourselves. So that's, I think, the goal for the next album.
How important has word of mouth and social media been in your success?
It's been very important. We try to be as good as we can with the social media stuff, but it's just nice to have people spread the word with each other. And we always hear about people getting told about us from friends, and it's just that's the way I like to hear about music. So personally, I think it's really flattering that, friends recommend us to other friends, and yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how do you address touring expenses? Are you forced to take them all on yourself, or do you get some label support?
No, yeah, we do that ourselves. Yeah. Thankfully it's just the two of us. So, that's like the low overhead. But
yeah, we don't usually have to rent a car or,
what?
Stuff like that.
In the UK, we do.
Well.
You bet your bippy. Yeah, it started with gathering a little bit of money before we left the first time, and then thankfully it's like places like Germany that they still buy records. Thank you, Germany. So we were there. It was like really supportive, and but then we just did this big U.S. tour, and one of the main stops was in North Dakota. And it was like a family night kind of thing that we were doing for the art museum, and all sorts of people bought our records, and it was so wonderful to sort of see lots of kids and coming up to the table and be like, how much is the CD? I'm gonna go get my dad's wallet. I'm like, yes.
Nice.
Bye.
No, I haven't had a chance to see you live, unfortunately. That's definitely in the top 3 on my bucket list. What do you hope people take away from a She Keeps Bees performance?
Well, I think that we come from a kind of that music is healing, music is community kind of background for me. Music, it's a place of service, and so I just hope that people feel uplifted and have sort of a magnetizing energy afterward, because, to compost a lot of the pain and frustration and into useful medicine is what we hope to do. But also, it's laughter and like not taking ourselves so seriously too. I feel like some bands, it's a little bit like you can't relate to them. And, I'd rather us just all be talking in a room, so.
Nice. Very nice. It really makes me hope I get to see you soon.
Yes, we will. We're coming out there, I hope.
Excellent. Do you have plans to get out on the road at all this summer?
We're actually going in to record a new record. next
soon.
month.
Yeah.
So hopefully after that's finished, we'll be touring around the States again.
Yeah, we're getting organized for this one. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have some people behind us and we'll be able to get some shows together. Yeah, we really want to come to Denver. I've never been there either, so
We'd love to have you.
Oh.
Well, you sound like you're, not only great musicians, but you're also big music lovers. Is there anybody that our audience should check out that maybe they haven't heard of?
Oh man, one of my favorite bands, which we get to be friends with, which I still go, I can't believe this, I know these people. It's a band called The Love Story, and it's Molly, Jay, and Ren, 2 guitarists and a drummer. And they're just so magical. On our website, you can find it under our recommendations. It's from 2007, this record, but it's still one of my favorite records. And then Molly also has some solo stuff that's really personal and beautiful. So please, check them out.
Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us and maybe fill us in a little bit more on what goes on in the She Keeps Bees camp.
That's right.
Man, if you ever make it out to Denver, definitely give us a call, and we'd love to do a follow-up interview with you guys.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you, Mark.
Thank you so much, Mark.
All right. Well, you have a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Didn't think I could walk while others let us. Started weakening on all.